Tonight's hidden hero, Chuck Efaw, grew up in Big Prairie, Ohio, watching his dad race late models. Now, Chuck is a mechanic and a rear tire changer on the number 83 Redbull Toyota, driven by Brian Vickers. Chuck moved down here from Ohio, waited on tables, and literally hand-delivered resumes till he finally got a break.
Hi, I'm Chuck Efaw, rear tire changer of the number 83 Toyota Red Bull. I grew up my dad racing. I mean, my mom, they got a picture of my mom was pregnant with me and my dad was racing an old Dodge number 50. I just figured being in, racing, moving here, you just kind of it would be easy, you just kind of like throw an application out and get a job. But it wasn't very easy. I ended up waiting tables somewhere and handing out resumes while I was waiting tables at lunchtime, and that's kind of how I actually got hired. When I got into the sport, I was a mechanic, turned into a tire changer, and then throughout the years went on the road crew as a mechanic, and then still changed tires on Sundays. I think it's tougher now to get in than it was then. And I wouldn't want to try to get in the sport right now. It's pretty tough. There's a lot of people wanting to do this. Just chase it. If that's what you want to do. You only live once. You might as well go try it. If it doesn't work, you always go back.
The road's going to be open. We're going to top the track bar, take a little air out of the right front.
A perfect pit stop. You can go back and remember, which lug nut you hit first. You know which lug nut you hit back on first. You see everything seems so slow motion. You see the tire come in. You run around the car, and when you're done with it, it just feels so slow in your mind. And you go back and you watch it, and it'll be a 12:30 or 12:40. We all lean on each other a lot, we support each other a lot. We all know, most of us on this team have done this for a while, so we know we're not going to be perfect every day. We're going to have bad stops. We're going to have good stops. Fortunately, we have a lot more good stops than we do bad stops here. I'm sure Dwayne's watching now, but I told him I was going to make sure I got him on here. He can't go anywhere. We have just clicked from the very beginning. It's one of the things, if you might have a track that you've not been your best track, and you look at him, you tell him, all right, I need you to help me a little bit, carry a little bit more load. Or you show up a track that, he's like, this is one of my best tracks just in history. You need to carry it. And it works really well.
And once you guys with your helmet on, ready to go at all times?
It's a little dangerous. Obviously, you can get run over. Not that you're looking for that part of it, but it can happen. We pitted in pit stall 1, and Kevin Harvick was in pit stall 2. Unfortunately, we come around the car and we got done with the right side stop. And I got up from the right rear and went to come around the car. Ended up meeting him at the same time. I needed to turn to come behind the car.
Chuck Efaw got clipped just barely by Kevin Harvick. They're loading him up, taking him to the infield care center.
After about 6 weeks in a back brace and letting the body recoup a couple vertebrae, I never thought once about not doing it anymore. We've already done 30 races this year with all the other series that we do, so it kind of gets lost in your mind, and you just keep plugging away.
Casey Mears is going to win his first Nixdale Cup race, the Coke 600.
I was over here, so we won the Coke 600 with Casey Mears. We ran out of gas after the checkered flag, but that was a pretty big deal because we had National Guard on the car, and it was Memorial Day weekend, so that was probably the best win. It's a good feeling at the end of the day to have a good day, but it's an even better day when you actually get to go to victory lane. It's an adrenaline rush. It's a competitive side. Most everybody here has been in some type of sport. Growing up, that competitive edge comes out in this. You just don't want to let it go. As long as you have a good day, control what we do on the pit stops. You just hold your head up and go on to the next race.
Chuck is close with all his Red Bull teammates. They go golfing, fishing, and to the gun range on days off. Even Brian Vickers is in on the fun. He took the whole team whitewater rafting last week. Well, up next, we'll talk trucks.